Hey, you told me I used to be there. 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 Hey, you sound like you're different. You're different. You're different. You're different. You're different. Hey, you told me I used to be there. I used to be there. I used to be there. I used to be there.
You're different. You're different. You're different.
Ik zeg, we zeggen thirsty. Say, nee, I'm gedraaid. Say, we say, gaan kurten. Say, nee, I'm gedraaid. We zeggen thirsty. Say, nee, I'm gedraaid. Say, we say, gaan kurten. Say, nee, I'm gedraaid.
Chile, Modimun Chile, no going back, never falling Pindile. Chile, Belen Chile, Begaman, take it down one and Gazile. Nibu Silo, just for Silang, Siphon and Tambo, Modimun Tuesday. This is why I say, minute every day. My God, help me, Modimun Tuesday.
Modima, Modi. 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 Hey, you told me I used to be there. 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 Hey, you sound like you're different. You're different. You're different. You're different.
Dona ya mi have been there. Struggles are complex, I have my own shit. Nyakujela mina bengi lapho. Promena machita mina bengu rambo. Mangi wani bengi funi tambo. Gotta wait. By myself I couldn't carry all the weight. I found God and he made a way. He gave me life and took the pain away.
Told me I used to be there. I used to be there.
I used to be there. I used to be there.
Hey, you sound like you're different. You're different. You're different. You're different.
I used to do this. I used to do that. I used to do this. I used to do that. I used to do this.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We are on air. YPG Unlocked. Because in the YPG, we got too much sauce.
Hey YPG fam, welcome back to YPG Unlocked. It is me again, Utando Sivisa, and I will be taking you through this week's program. If you have never heard of the YPG Hangout, I'm here to inform you about it. We have them every Sundays, and it is where you can express yourself, chilled vibes, all of that. So if you think you have something to offer, come join us. Up next, we'll be showing you a video of what happens in the Hangout. So take a look. Let's check out the vibe.
Was fantastic and amazing, and I enjoy being on the YPG and hoping to come back more often.
YPG Cape Town. We've just attended today's hangout and I am joined here with
Sipo Plagis.
Hi Sipo. Can you tell us what was today's message about?
It's all about the visionaries, what you see yourself to be in the future, and how you imagine yourself like success-wise or spiritual-wise.
When you have a vision, a dream actually, you don't go forward in life. So you have to manifest your dream to become a vision, and then you go forward, you picture yourself going forward.
Today was the difference between a dream and a vision. And many people may say it's the same, but there is a difference between the vision and the dream.
Come and vision yourself in the YPG. Come and join us because we have too much sauce.
Fantastic, you heard it, we have too much sauce. Until next time guys, bye.
Superb video, right? Great vibes. All the singing, the dancing, the art, we have it all. How are the vibes in your branch? Feel free to let us know down below. So now we'll be handing it over to PJ who has a message for us. Over to you, PJ.
What is good, YPG fam, and to everybody who is connected with us. This is one more YPG Unlocked, where the sauce, where the vibes, and where the intelligence is never lacking. What's good?
I'm good, and I hope that everyone that is watching is good as well. But if you're not, don't worry. Until the end of this program, you're going to find out something amazing that will definitely change your life.
Without a doubt, if you're not good, that's why you're connected with the Unlocked. Whether you're good or not good, here you will be good. We're going to be talking about covering last Sunday's theme, which had to do with a visionary youth. I want you to watch this video. Interesting, beautiful, stunning, of this eagle. They literally placed a camera, a 360 camera, on, I think, the back or the neck, I don't know what it is, the back of an eagle. And it gave you a, there, somewhere there. And it gives us a POV of what is a little flight, a young flight of an eagle. How stunning it is. And that is going to give you an idea of what we're going to talk about. Let's watch this video. Be attentive. There is no audio necessarily, just some music playing. But read the subtitles, read what is there. And when we come back, we're going to talk about it. What an awesome video. I can watch this over and over
I wish
again.
I was the one riding on top of that
Oh, wow.
eagle. Imagine the vision that you can see. Imagine the landscape. Wow, it would be amazing.
Really, I was doing some research, Dali, and apparently you can be in a 10-story building on the 10th floor, and if you look down with the vision of an eagle, you can see an ant.
My goodness, I think if I look down right now, I can see an ant.
Yeah.
Especially because I'm not wearing my glasses.
Precisely, but just goes to show how amazing the vision of this simple animal. But that's what makes all the difference, and that's why we talk so much. Besides it soaring so high, it's vision. And that vision, it uses both to attack and to defend. Both as a predator and to avoid being a prey. As the subtitles showed there that the ravens were there annoying it just didn't want to be annoyed. But even if the ravens would offer any sort of danger, the eagle was already there, always looking around, always ready for that action, always ready, seeing ahead of things. So he sees that's a potential for me to eat, so he's ready for it. Far away, far, 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 it's not close by, but it sees the potential. How does that work in our lives? What does that analogy have to do with anything in our lives? I want to talk specifically about choices, decisions, steps in which we take in our lives, in which we avoid the technique of the eagle and put ourselves in trouble. For example, we all know the famous YOLO. You only live once. Go all out, enjoy. He loves you, he likes you. He's finally checked you out. So jump into that relationship, don't think twice about it. Or she, or here's a lifetime opportunity. You're gonna make a lot of money. That job offer, you're not even gonna think twice about the consequences, where you're going, it's overseas or this or that. As long as you're gonna jump into it, enjoy, that's what matters. I'm gonna be making money.
That party that So is coming, and it's the only chance, it's the only time that So is the first time that singer is coming to South Africa. So it doesn't matter if you have to sell your phone, if you have to find money somewhere, borrow money. It's the only opportunity. You see only that thing. You only see until that party.
Yeah, looking at one thing at one time. Instead of having that panoramic view of everything, instead of having that landscape, what is actually the bigger picture?
What is going to happen after that?
Precisely.
How am I going to deal with the consequences after that, and what I'm doing right now to achieve that?
Kind of like, when you have that amazing candy or sweet or anything, that dessert, and you look at it and you tell yourself, that looks stunning. And you grab the first slice, the second slice, the third slice. And you know that eventually it is going to take you to that little room. You know that little room with the white chair? You know the white chair?
Everyone needs, but it's not pleasant.
Exactly. That white chair. Y'all know which white chair I'm talking about. When you are sat there with a running stomach, you regret every moment you took that cake. The problem was not even eating the cake. The problem is that you didn't see the bigger picture of how much you were doing it, the equilibrium of things. You weren't looking at the bigger picture.
Can I go even further? Because you have a running stomach, and then you go to that little room and it's over. And then maybe you can say, it will just be a running stomach. But with time, as you repeat that, in future, you can have a high cholesterol, your sugar levels are going to be high, and then when you least expect, before your 30s, you were full of health problems. So it's even further than just that you can predict this is going to happen. It's really thinking about your consequences. I remember in school when we were studying maths, we would always joke saying, where in my life will I ever need trigonometry? Where will I ever use this? How do you say sin, cosine?
Sin, cosine, and tan, something like that, yeah.
And I remember this very strict teacher. She said, it's true, you might never need it. If you're not working in the field, you might never need it. But what you are doing now, the exercise you are doing right now with your mind to think about the solution of this problem is training your brain for in future.
How ironic. It's exam season. Perfect timing for you to use this example.
So it's training your brain for you to solve problems when you have problems in life, not necessarily the trigonometry problems, but you are going to have, and as you do those exercises, you are training your mind to solve problems. So it's not about now school, my exams, but you are taking something for the rest of your life. I will never forget.
Precisely. And we're using this analogy of the cake or of maths. But that's an analogy. I'm no mathematician, I'm no teacher, nor am I a dietitian or a doctor to talk about slices of cake. As a matter of fact, I wouldn't mind one right now. Hint, hint. But my point here is, in life, how many decisions do we take not looking at the bigger picture? A visionary. Once upon a time in the YPG, we would talk about a visionary as someone who would talk about achievements, conquests. But now, we mention in the YPG a visionary, someone who thinks about the future and the consequences that can be brought to one's life because of that choice. So I make this decision today, I take this step in my life today. What is it going to do in my life tomorrow?
So you see that being a visionary, it's not a matter of being greedy for something or wanting to achieve something. It's a matter of
or achieving anything, whatever it may be, because some people think being a visionary is just having money, having car, having success. Being a visionary is being happy with the decisions you've taken, is looking back at those decisions you've made, those choices you've made, and saying, whew, I'm glad I took that decision, because if I had taken the other decision, things would have gone south in my life. It's thinking before you take that step. You see people running, and instead of running with, oh, everybody's running, let me run with, you stop and you say, hold on, what are they running for? Oh, they're running for the fire down there. There's a hole down there, and everybody's running because they say that there's cake inside of the hole. Now everybody's running, jumping into the hole just to eat the cake, and then they realize they can't get out of that hole because they've run there. A visionary will stop and think, why should I follow everybody? Is this an intelligent decision? And you know, Tali, one of the greatest problems in a lot of young people is that they will do as follows. They will always question why they're suffering what they're suffering. They will always question why they're going through what they're going through. But they will not often look back and think, the decisions I've made. Oh, the problem is that teacher, the problem is my school, the problem is my parents, the problem is that I'm not good enough, the problem is this and that. But sometimes the opportunity was given for you to make the right decision. That opportunity to study simple maths, trigonometry, whatever you want to call it, Pythagoras, or those are funny things which I don't want to remember either. But that kind of stuff is an opportunity. How many right now are disgusted in the idea of exams? I've been asking a lot of youth, how are the exams going? And precisely. But why? Because in January of 2022, many of them were not thinking about December of 2022 or November of 2022 when they would have to be writing down that exam. Your life, your future depends on you. So if you're going to be living your life with YOLO, you only live once, trust me, that's not an eagle's vision. I doubt even a pigeon thinks that way. Chicken, I think, has a better vision than the vision of YOLO. Because if I only live once, this once that I'm going to live it intelligently. I'm going to live it like that eagle, looking around. That eagle knows, I've got one life. I'm not a cat. They claim that cats have 9 lives. It's obviously a myth. But I mean, they claim that a cat has 9 lives. That eagle knows it is not a cat or lives by any myth of 9 lives, of 7 lives, whatever. It simply knows that it has that one life, and therefore it uses that vision to protect and to attack it.
Exactly, and I remember even a quote that you mentioned in the Bible clock. You can have excuses or results, but you cannot have both. So if you have excuses, you blame so-and-so, you blame your mother, you blame your father who was never there, you blame your teacher because your teacher didn't explain the way you would understand. If you are always blaming someone, you will never have results. If you are always making an excuse, but today is raining, but today is too hot.
The funny thing about excuses is that you can always find one.
Exactly.
There's always.
If you look for it, you will always find it.
You will always find one. Sometimes you don't even have to look for it. It just comes to you. It's an excuse. But if you want results, you got to pick that or the excuse. You got to pick the result or the excuse.
And for that, you need to be a visionary.
A visionary. That's what's up. Guys and ladies, please share your thoughts on what we shared with you here today. And we hope that you guys enjoyed it. We hope that we were helpful some way. And we hope that you're going to make the right decisions. And if you need our help, do DM us. Do get in touch. We've been getting a lot of young people getting in touch with us, DMing us, asking for help. And we as the YPG are here to lead you to become a visionary, not a rich guy or a rich girl, but to become someone who is proud of the choices you make, the decisions. You might not have everything, have that extravagant and lavish lifestyle, which young people think that they need. Many, by the way, have a lot of money, but they're not visionaries. Many have fame, many have a lot of things, but they're still not visionaries. They're a predator, but being hunted by ants, to say the least. But you can become a visionary and achieve not just your dreams, but even furthermore than that. I don't have anything else to say.
I would have much more to say, but our time is limited. So if you want to hear more, look for a YPG coordinator, someone that can help you, someone that can talk, who can talk better and more about that with you. And if you got something else from the video of the eagle that we didn't mention here, we would love to hear from you. So drop it here in the comment section.
That's what's up. And by the way, in the morrows at 3 p.m., the Woman to Woman fam will be back. And this time, addressing the men. Instead of woman to woman, it's also going to be woman to men. Talking specifically to the brothers. And I am a brother. I have a sibling. Tali is like an only child. You know, the spoiled ones who are like only child. And I, on the other hand, have a sister. And I am assuming that the woman to woman sisters are going to be sharing to us as brothers. So do tune in the morrows, the gents especially. Let's storm into that comment section and let's holler at the Woman to Woman fam. And not forgetting that as well, on Saturday, the Bible clock is also going to be heated because we're going to be talking about fake news. Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Do we still have fake news in 2022?
What's that all about? Fake news. You guys are going to have to tune in. 7 p.m. We're no longer going to be live on Instagram. We're going to be live on Facebook, and we're going to be also pushing to be live as well on YouTube. I have nothing else to say. We're going to be sending it back to Tando. And by the way, next week, the Unlocked, we're going to be having something very interesting to share with you, as we will have every week. Today's one was awesome to see the different hangouts, of which I need to mention, I would like to see more of the branches doing more. I'd like to see more of the branches and seeing what you guys have to do. The reason why I said I don't have more to say is because we have one more story from someone who made bad choices, but eventually switched things up and decided to make the right choices. And that changed everything. You might be making the bad choices. Time to become a visionary and become a visionary as this YPG member did. That's it from us. And not forgetting that here in the YPG, we got too much sauce. We out of here.
I wish you just understood that he's wrong.
I wish you could just see that she's wrong.
Dear brother, we have a lot of differences. A lot we need to learn about you, and a lot you need to learn about us, and what we expect from you. That's why this week's Woman to Woman is dedicated to you.
To my brother.
This is a show from women to our brothers. Invite your brother to watch with you.
Friday at 3 p.m.
Hello, my name is Anesihle. I'm from YPG Park Station. So I was already in the church and I joined the YPG towards 2018, but I never really committed. But once I really did give it a try, like I had nothing to lose, so I was like, let me just give it a try. You know, just dedicate myself and see where it takes me. But even though I was in the YPG and being given responsibilities, I was not really changing. But instead, I still had a lot of doubts. I questioned a lot of things that were said here in the YPG teachings, and I would always, why? Why should it be like that? Why should it not be this way? This does not make sense. And even though I had a mentor then, I never really spoke up about my doubts because I thought then it would be wrong. It would feel like I'm questioning what should be done. So I always kept it within me, but it was always a growing thing that why should I do this? Why should it not be like this? But it was not questioning or being doubtful in the sense that I wanted to understand, but it was in the sense that why can't I do it the way that I want to do it? And being in the YPG, I ended up having a facade because people always thought I was okay. Even my mentors never worried about me because I was always here. I was always giving my supposedly best. So they never had any reason to worry. But with lockdown coming, it showed me who I was and I didn't like it. It showed me that I still was proud, very proud, because I always considered myself very intelligent and I never could back down, and I didn't realize that was pride. That was pride. So I was still proud. I had bad eyes. I was jealous, and I also suffered with comparisons. I always compared myself with other girls just so that I could feel that, okay, I'm pretty, you know? And with the whole thing of being light-skinned, of saying, okay, because I'm light-skinned, that I do fall under being pretty. So I noticed and I found out that this is the things about me, and I was two-faced, that within me I was suffering and people didn't know. I was very doubtful. I questioned, even to the extent I questioned about, because we were learning about the Holy Spirit, and I'm like, this does not make sense. This has to be like the craziest idea. How one day you don't have the Holy Spirit and then the next day you are so assured of Him. And for me, it was, and that was what I had to let go. I had to let go of doubting and always thinking, I know what's right. I'm intelligent enough to figure it out. So I had to start letting go of my past, of comparisons. You know, I had to clean whatever was in my heart, the jealousy, the bad eyes. I had to deal with it. And it made me realize that I did need God. I did need to humble myself and say, God, you know what? I don't get it. I'm human and I'm trying to understand every single thing according to my own intelligence, which you gave me. And I had to be humble to accept that I was proud and I was all these things which I did not want to accept. And I really gave myself to God. I was like, God, this is it. You managed to bring me back, even though it was locked down and I could have just, you know, never come back to the YPG or the church. But you said, I deserve this chance. And I came. And I just decided, let me just give my all to God, humbly, this time, giving and removing anything that is in me that shouldn't be there. So when I came back after lockdown, what made me decide was I saw the assistants again and I'm like, they made it. I didn't. So I always thought I was clever enough, you know, to always make it in anything that I want to do in life. So they made it in terms of their spiritual life. I mean, they're here. And I was not coming back because it literally took me 2 weeks to come back to the YPG, the church, after it had opened. So that gave me that motivation that, well, it doesn't really matter, does it? Whether you have position, whether you have money, whether you are the most intelligent person in your class, doesn't matter. Are you winning in the most important things? And that gave me the push, that give your all. Because every single thing and the goals that you are setting for yourself to have a career and everything, they don't really matter. Are you happy with who you are right now? And the answer was no, I was not. So I had to give God a chance. It was, God, let's see where this goes. Let me give myself wholeheartedly. If you're the way, then lead. After I gave everything, I received the Holy Spirit. And today I can gladly say that I'm not proud anymore. I'm not jealous. I don't feel the need to compare myself with any other person to feel pretty. I have goals, but I'm not obsessed about them, you know. I'm not obsessed about being right, but I'm always willing to learn, you know. I'll make mistakes, I'm human, but I'm always willing to learn, and that's what I see in myself today. What I can say to those who are doubting and questioning, not with the intent of learning anything, but to just make sure it goes their own way, is you will never get anywhere, you understand? And God knows the way, He knows, and the YPG, they will show you the right way to get to the point where you need to be truly happy, to be yourself. So let go of the doubts, let go of the pride, let go of anything that's holding you back, and stop thinking you're always right. I'm very happy. I am very much happy with who I am today. Thank you.
And YPG fam, that is all we have for today. But please do not forget, tomorrow at 3 p.m. we have our Women to Women program. And gents, please don't shy away from this one because the ladies have a special message for you. So please do join and flood the comment sections. We would love to hear from you. And also, not forgetting, Saturday, 7 p.m, we have the Vibe O'Clock where the vibes are at. And we will be talking about fake news. Sounds interesting, right? And not forgetting the Clash of the Universities. So please do join. And that is all we have for today. But we will be meeting again next week, same time, same place. And do not forget, in the YPG, we got too much sauce.